In a family filled with tradition, where every glance is scrutinized, Ijeoma has always played the part of the perfect daughter. But tonight, the air is different. Tonight, she meets him, Odeh. Their eyes meet across the room, and in that brief second, something shifts. What happens when the forbidden becomes irresistible? After dinner, the night draws them together. The garden outside is quiet. Bathed in soft moonlight, Ijeoma steps out for some fresh air, not expecting anyone to follow. But there he is. Odeh, it's peaceful out here, he says. But his eyes speak of something deeper. Their brief conversation turns into a dance of glances and stolen moments. Ijeoma feels the heat between them but fights it. She knows it's dangerous, but the desire inside her is undeniable. She stands, frozen, her breath quickening as Odeh steps closer. Odeh's hand brushes against Ijeoma's arm, and it feels like an electric shock. She gasps, pulling back slightly, but he smiles, his eyes never leaving hers. "It's only a touch," he says softly, his voice sending a shiver down her spine. Their conversation turns personal. "You know this is wrong," Ijeoma says. But she doesn't move away. "Sometimes the best things are," Odeh replies. His words hang in the air, laced with temptation. Ijeoma tries to resist, but something pulls her toward him. As the night deepens, their connection grows. Odeh leans in closer, whispering, "I'll make you forget everything but me." Ijeoma feels her heart race, her resolve weakening. She knows she should stop this, but her body betrays her. The moment she's been dreading arrives. Ijeoma's lips meet his. The kiss is soft at first, hesitant, but it deepens quickly, as if all the tension between them has exploded. She pulls away, her breath quick and shallow. This is real now. After the kiss, the weight of what they've just done settles in. Ijeoma pulls away, her heart racing. "This can't happen again," she whispers. But Odeh just watches her, a dark smile creeping across his face. "You don't mean that." The morning after is a blur. Ijeoma tries to forget, but the weight of what happened still lingers in her mind. As she walks into the living room, her family is gathered, completely unaware of the secret she now carries. Ijeoma and Odeh share a fleeting glance across the room, their eyes meeting with an intensity that no one else notices. It's a silent promise that no one else understands. As Ijeoma prepares to leave the room, Odeh stops her with a gentle touch on her arm. "We need to talk," he says. His voice is low and commanding, and she knows she cannot refuse him. In a quiet corner of the house, Ijeoma admits what she's been trying to deny. "I want you," she confesses, her voice trembling. Odeh's smile widens. "I knew that from the moment I saw you." Ijeoma and Odeh share a moment of silence, both aware of what's happening between them. No words are needed. The attraction is undeniable. They are on the edge of something neither of them can control. Odeh steps closer, closing the distance between them. His hand brushes her shoulder, sending a jolt through Ijeoma's body. She knows she should pull away, but instead she stays still, letting the touch linger. Odeh leans in, his lips brushing her ear. "I want you," he whispers, his voice low and intense. Ijeoma feels her heart race, torn between what's right and the overwhelming desire pulling her toward him. Odeh steps back slightly and looks at her with an intense gaze. "Let me take you somewhere far away, somewhere no one can find us," he says. Ijeoma hesitates, but the thought of escaping everything for just a moment of freedom excites her. Later that night, they meet in secret. Ijeoma sneaks out, meeting Odeh at the old, secluded spot by the river. Their hearts beat fast, knowing they are taking the first step into something irreversible. As dawn breaks, Ijeoma finds herself alone, her mind racing with the consequences of what she's done. Her body still feels the trace of his touch, but the reality of their actions is beginning to sink in. Can she live with the decision she's made? As Ijeoma walks away, her heart heavy with the secrets she now carries. She doesn't know that this is just the beginning. Little does she realize the choices she's made will soon pull her deeper into a web of desire, betrayal, and unexpected twists. Can she escape the consequences of her actions? Or will she be trapped in the allure of what lies ahead? Odeh's haunting words echo in her mind. There's more to this than you think. But what does he mean? What's the cost of giving in to forbidden desires? The journey isn't over yet, and the next chapter is just waiting to unfold. Stay tuned. The family affair has only just begun.